Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Let's go. Hot off the presses. Grab your exclusive merch at the Viral Hip Hop Shop. Protect your energy at all costs. And you tired of all these self-proclaimed goats? Well, be a goat killer exclusively at the Viral Hip Hop Shop. Link in the description.
Pretty much admitted that he's a part of a demonic music industry. I'm gonna play it and we'll break it down.
Music, like, in terms of getting paid, it's like the biggest thing on your arm.
Yeah, because it's a demonic industry that I chose to be a part of. So it's like I accept that I run with it, but don't be a dominant at the same time. You gotta understand they're using me as entertainment, and this shit becomes self-destruction too. Cause I ain't no entertainer. You know, some shit can be spoke on. Why? Man, that shit is to be continued.
Is in terms of like
Every time too much, man.
So the interview stops there with this clip. I don't know if you're gonna go do music, whatever you're gonna do, but what do you think? He has some real powerful stuff in that little part of the interview with Complex. What's your thoughts on hearing that from NBA YoungBoy?
One, I think he definitely struggles with superstardom. See, a lot of people, especially when you like music, you get into the entertainment industry, you have to understand that you're giving your everything
Right.
to that. It's not just about you creating music and creating art and just allowing people to accept that art and then that's it. No, there's far more that goes into that, and those who don't want that other side have no choice but to get forced into it, and that dude does something different to their brain. And I think looking at NBA YoungBoy throughout his time, I think he definitely loves and appreciates his fans.
Right.
I think he loves doing music, but I don't think he loves the entertainment NBA YoungBoy brand side of it. I think that kind of, he seems like a standoffish type dude to begin with. Definitely an introvert. So
Right.
that doesn't surprise me. When it comes to the industry, and we were just talking about this a little bit when it came to the whole situation with Bad Boy. I remember a time in the late 90s, early 2000s, and even closer to the mid-2000s when we had our power labels.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got like maybe 2-3 major labels at this point, but when you had the Bad Boys, you had the Rough Riders, you had the Rockefellers, you had the Terror Squad, you remember the days, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of disrespect going on behind those corporate offices and closed doors. To women, to artists, you name it, it was a lot of disrespectful and evil stuff going on. I remember close friends of ours taking certain meetings in Atlanta and dealing with certain people and coming back shook to death talking about the Illuminati's real. All this stuff just because of the things that they had to, the pedestals they had to get put on, the things they had to kind of endure to make it in this thing called the industry. So I believe it 1,000%. I don't know if it's as crazy as it used to be, but when he says things like this as one of the top artists in the world, don't take it as a grain of salt. He's admitting some things that he probably didn't understand was even going on early on in his career, and now really seeing it for what it is. And what other word is there but demonic? It's just as demonic as it gets.
Yeah, I agree. And what I think is that in those companies, like now you have the companies that replaced all the Murder Inc., Rough Riders, Rockefeller. You got these people now, these execs or the people that work for these companies now. I'm sure you got some good people, but I'm sure you got some monsters that work in some of these companies, and people that make you sleep with them, make you, do all types of stuff for the fame and fortune. Let's just say it was a woman, a female, who was a great singer, but she wanted to kind of move up the ladder and do some other things, get a bigger budget or something. The guy that handles that is a guy that might want to, coerce and sleep with her. And she figures, shit, if I don't do this, maybe I'm gonna lose my opportunity. We heard plenty of, record execs, record people that talked about stories about stuff like that, where they, Master P even said, like, look, somebody told me that they could shut my whole shit down. Like, I'll never get a deal if I don't sign this deal. Yeah. So you never know the situations that people are in. So that's when I believe when you see, like, the demonic side is, I think, you can go into the spiritual thing. I'm not going to deter you, but on the physical plane, it's that type of stuff. Sleeping with people you don't want to sleep with. Maybe sleeping with the same sex you don't want to. Maybe getting indulging in drugs and, just the whole deeper darker lifestyle, doing stuff you don't want to do, for real. And that whole type of lifestyle, I think that people just don't really want to get involved. They just want to make music and have fun, but it's a whole nother level because it's a lot of money involved. So people will die for this. People will kill for this. You got millions of people that want your position. People gonna do some crazy stuff over that. It's a shame, but it's a whole nother world on that level when you talk about the music industry. And it's been rumors. It's been mad rumors for years about a lot of stuff. I don't know. I've never been that deep.
Yeah.
But he obviously he has, and he said it.
He said something that was definitely, it stood out to me too. He said, they want me to be an entertainer. I'm not an entertainer. And I really thought about that, right? Because true entertainers, if we look at the entertainers who we appreciate the most, they was in pain, bro. They were in mental pain.
Yeah.
They were in physical pain.
Yeah.
Because it takes a certain and a different kind of animal to be able to entertain the masses day after day after day after day after day and not really take care of you. Not eating right, not sleeping right, not just taking care of your mentals. And some days you may not feel like going out there and doing that. And you're fighting against certain chemicals in your body because you got to put on this hat and be this entertainer. You look at the Michael Jacksons, you look at the Princes, you look at even like your Stevie Wonders and your Ray Charles and James Brown. You go down the line of entertainers. The shit is painful, man. So it's definitely something deeper to it. And man, I would love to kind of get to the ground root of it. I don't even know how we would begin to get there, but I think that conversation, getting to the grassroots of this industry, would be incredible.
Yeah. And I was trying to. He also said too, and I was waiting for it to pop up there.
Yeah.
Self-destruction.
Yep.
Right.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
He also said that, and it's like that's deep.
Very.
That's deep. And remember, maybe a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago now, but he was talking about. He started to worry about his influence on the masses, on children. It started to weigh on him as he gets older and matures and probably gets to see the world for what it really is. Now you can see, okay, you up in a mansion, you sitting well, but I look back in Baton Rouge or Memphis, the murder rate is bigger than, in Memphis right now, is bigger than any major city, with the population being like 2 to 3 times smaller. So you start to see, and I'm not, we're not blaming, solely that on NBA YoungBoy's music. No, but his music, the type of individuals that spawns, the type of children, that are influenced by that, it could definitely have a negative influence. And he talked about it. So I think that weighing on you, the money and the girls and the fame, that becomes, minuscule to learning the collateral effect that you having on your people if you really love and care about your people.
Yeah. And when you look at the things, because he ain't no saint, right? And he's done some things in his life that I'm sure he wish he hasn't done, or maybe he does, maybe he didn't, but he knew it wasn't right.
Right.
What record was he listening to when he was doing that? Well, what hyped him up? What motivated him? And he's looking at now the influence that he has on somebody else, knowing that maybe what he was doing. It all comes with age, comes with reflection. Once you start growing up a little bit and seeing the world for what it is on a wider scope, accountability starts setting in, and I think that he's starting to kind of. Some of that accountability.
Got kids now, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you start to see him grow up, and it's a little different.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Fetty.